that God is allowing each and every individual to see another day. If God woke you up this morning, tell God thank you. You still realize you still breathing, friend. Tell God thank you. As you come into the room, if this chat is live, welcome one another, group, greet one another. If the live go off, I keep the video up. Also enjoy it as well. What a mighty God we serve. God is so good. He's constantly loading us up with benefit, loading us up with benefits. Yes. Early this morning seemed like, just coming here and position myself. It has not been a challenge, I wouldn't say that, but getting ready to go live and film, it comes with, just being ready. So I am ready. Today, the message is what I will be talking about is how to live in joy. I know I did a video one time ago about living in joy, but an update about how to live in joy. And I'm going to go on into this particular message and things. And like I said, I appreciate all of my friends. I thank you for the support. I thank you for the encouragement that you're sending out. I thank you for the prayers. Remember, Gigi will go along with no one in the room. If it's one person, I'm thankful. If it's no one, I go along, but I do keep the video up. But living in joy, I just want to start out by saying yesterday I made a live video talking about how to release the negative thoughts. All of and everything that I will be touching bases on, I'm coming from my thoughts and my life experience, things that have helped me. If you find different solutions and ways that help you, please share. And when I say share, because you never know who you may touch, but I find that the place that where I'm at in life right now to live in joy, I have to go to bed with it and I have to think in joy when I wake up in the morning. And it comes with me being steadfast in the power of praying. Because have you ever tried to find yourself praying and you praying about something, but it have so much heaviness upon it to where about you're trying to understand, why is this heaviness? First of all, I understand that when I take it to God in prayer, everything what I can't do, I have to find the good in everything and the lesson to be taught, because this is where I'm at in my life right now, friends. I have to find the good in everything and the lesson to be taught. So understanding the joy part, and I have the information here because now if I am going to be coming from a level teaching, and when I say teaching, teaching from my life experience, just only from my life experience to share, because this is the only way that I can pour back into individuals because it was a teaching lesson to me. I'm still not your pastor or your counselor, okay? I'm just a friend that is a vessel that God is using, and I am choosing to share my journey of light, my journey of peace, my journey of love, my journey of challenges, the things that, I just didn't do so well in, but I had to show back up and I had to repeat the class. And now that some of the things I am repeating, I am finding what you call those particular jewels that are in the repeating of the classes and the lessons. I thank God that I'm still living to repeat, some of the classes and everything, because guess what? They were waiting, upon my life in order for them to be repeated and things. So I am thankful. Some of the things I felt like I wasn't released to share them at all, although that I had went through some of these things that I'm talking about. It was just timing was everything, having that place of insurance within myself, whether or not I was ready to share and things. So what the assurance did to me was saying, this is your time and this is the season to share, because you never know who you may touch. Moving along, like I said, yesterday was a conversation talking about how to release negative thoughts. Today is a conversation about how to live in joy, coming from my life experience. Once again, how I choose to live in joy is, first of all, I cannot live in joy if I have the negative thoughts running through my particular mindset, which is going to connect up to my body, my blood, and my organs and everything else. And I said like that because emotions are real, friends. So in order for you to live in joy, you first got to do the working of the negative thoughts that is running through your mindset, because negative thoughts is definitely a hindrance on the path and the journey of peace, light, love, and abundance and harmony and vibration. If you don't understand what joy is, then that is your, you know, Accountability, if you want to make it accountability, to seek it out, because if God is love, love is God, then we're about, do love show up in your life, and how do love show up in your life? And if love is showing up in your life, and if you experienced it spiritually, then you able to understand that in order to have the agape love, it takes that measure of the ability to just understand who God is in your life, who Christ is in your life. How do Christ look in your life? What is it that your purpose on this particular journey spiritually now? Why did you show up, and why is you still living? Do you choose now to live in joy? And if you're living in joy, what do it look like upon your life right now? Not yesterday and not last year, but what do joy look like right now in your season? And if you realize joy have drifted from off of you, then if there are things that you can remember that can connect you back up to your joy, such as the things that you used to do, you fill in the blanks, friends, because I've already filled in my blanks of the things that give me joy. But if you know that your joy has drifted away, then you have to rekindle your joy so that you can live in it and you can be the best version that God have ordered you to do. Remember that we're all different and unique, and God have chosen you for a purpose and a time in this life to live in joy. The one thing that joy do not like in everything, when you give it time and space to what you call to just not enjoy joy. Joy has to be enjoyed. Joy has to be lived. Joy has to be basically, you can either sing about it, you can either know it within you. Everything don't have to be in place how you want it to be, but you can still have joy. You can give God thanksgiving and praises. You can have the gratitude. That's why it's so important to have gratitude in your life, to be thankful, thanking God if He woke you up this morning, thanking God if you still got breath in you, thanking God that He put food on your table, because somebody else may not have no food. You may have enough food to share. Thanking God for your good health. Some individuals may not be in the mode or in the position to say, everything that is functioning is good in my health. You thank God for those things, and you send out that particular energy and the prayers that goes toward the individuals that need the good health. Thanking God, for the water that's running. Some individuals may not have running water or clean water. So what you do, if you have it, then you send out prayers to individuals, that may need, what you already got, and that helpers and individuals along the way can show up in their life, and that can be a blessing and things, and create the things that possibly you already fulfilled with, because your spirit is here on purpose to do the work. It is assigned to do the work. I don't care when you arrive in life, and when you tap into this particular joy and undoing the negative thoughts, you are still what you call, with the ability in you, and with your own choice. This is the thing. Joy is about choice. If you show up in life and if you choose joy, then joy will choose you. Another thing I will say that have worked for me is releasing myself from, things and places or individuals, that do a whole lot of gossiping. Gossiping is in the world. I understand that. But the gossiping that we're about now, if you after you talk about a thing, let me clarify what I'm saying, then you don't come back and now you don't uplift an individual, or you don't have a solution of how to correct things. It's like when you go and when you talk to a counselor or a therapy, you're not gossiping about your life. You're just telling the things that are being a hindrance to you, or the things that you want to work upon your life. See, that's different. But it can be a situation whereby, individuals that are not awakened, they'll put a gossip on anything. When a gossiping spirit is a spirit that we're about, that's all it does. It just gossip. It doesn't come to uplift. It doesn't come to really to put in no good insight or anything like that. It does what it does, because guess what? That's the force, and that's the energy that is thriving, that is working through that individual who is thriving on that particular, what you call gossip. But here's the thing about, how you can elevate. anything from out of a gossip situation. You find the good and the bad in it, but then you uplift the individual. You pray the prayers that will be helpful for individuals, because you just can't, what you call, walk around in this life and avoid the things that is earthly, in the earthly realm, and that is living and is existing. You just can't do it, unless you just become an individual to whereby you completely just cut yourself off from the earthly realm. You don't have to go to any one job. You don't even have to, what you call, participate with individuals. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to interact with individuals. So when you're working on joy, you have to have, these things in place to know how you move and how you navigate it. Another thing that I actually utilize in things about, understanding, the portions and balances in my life. Like when I eat now, I make sure that I eat to whereby I'm full. I'm not eating to whereby, oh, I'm so stuffed anymore. I have done that, and I realize it messes with, my spiritual energy that is driving forces within me to think clear, and to be about understanding the spirit of discernment and understanding all of the things that God is updating me with and downloading me with. I can't be so full and so overwhelmed because the food is good, making right choices and having a balance in that particular area as well. God is a good God to whereby that joy pulls in to all of us, if we're open and able to receive it. Welcome, friend, and thank you for coming in as well. So joy is the joy that you choose to have in your particular life. Joy doesn't like uncleanness of the soul and the heart. I spoke about having a good will and a good heart. Joy cannot flow in a spirit that is what you call unhealthy unto their own spirit. We make choices and we have a will of how we choose to live. The joy cannot flow in your life if things are what you call in it, the whereby, it is having a door to just basically to live within your spirit. We are the ones that is powerful enough to correct things and to change things in our life. You don't have to wait for anyone, but if you need help and if you need individuals to basically to be in your life and to help you navigate, once again, I definitely, what you call, admire those individuals that are counselors and that are therapies and that are helpers, mentors. I admire them when they're in their journey and doing it for the good cause and the right reason. Not so much it's about money. I understand individuals have to live, but it's really into it because guess what? They love helping individuals. They know their position. They know that they have been chosen, so they keep their self sharpening. Another thing that I also realized that helped me with joy is just living in it, believing it. You have to believe what you already know. You have to accept what you already know. When you believe the things that you already know, it becomes a blessing upon your life. When you don't understand what joy is, that is your opportunity now to go out and find out, what do joy mean to you? How do you live in it? How do you get joy to flow? How do you remove yourself from out of those situations that don't bring you any joy? You wake up and you make it simple in life. You acknowledge God, give God the utmost praise, and you thank God for the position you in. How do you know when you do not have joy? When your mindset is constantly on the things that after you have done all that you can do, and then the worration which come to zap your joy, that give you no pleasure anymore, and then you don't have a reason to have joy in your life because you keep placing it with the things that is basically controlling your life. When things begin to control your life, and when it seems like there is no way out, don't you know that that's a sign and that's a setup to zap the joy from out of you? It's work enough to know that we have to constantly be in this particular journey to be creative with our joy as well, and to wake up even when it's days when it don't necessarily appear to be as if joy is existing. Joy exists every day. God loads us up with benefits every day. There is solutions to your situation if you feel like there is no joy. I talk about breaking those generational cycles, that may be in our life, and things, and that's a part of you having your joy. Once you realize what cycle you need to break, you will no longer lay heavy with your tongue any longer to speak on those things because you are doing the work. If you speak on it, it is for what you call the elevation of uplifting someone else to know that, listen, I once remember when I was there, but these are the things that I had to do. I had to release and I had to put the things that was positive in my life. I had to do the work. I had to go and sit on somebody's chair to get, the results that I needed. And then even after I left that particular chair, because I entrusted that individual and their solutions and the things that they gave me because I was needing so much help. Now, you got to realize when God pour into you, it's your responsibility to do something with it. Because if you don't do anything with it, and if you go back now into the circle of what kept your joy not flowing, guess what? That's what's going to flow from out of you. Remember, out of the bellies of our hearts, that's where, that joy, unspeakable joy flows, and your goodwill. When you want to know how to, what you call, live in joy, do the work, take a look at your life. Life don't have to be so fulfilled at this point in time. If you're now doing the work with perfection, you are striving toward perfection. You are trusting God, and you are trusting that the Christ in you is awakened. I will no longer, like I said, look for Christ on the outside when Christ is already in me. But what I do, what you call enjoy, is knowing that Christ have put individuals in my life. Christ have aligned my spirit and my soul and my mind up to understand my purpose and to understand that, listen, even if I have challenges, even if I fall down, my purpose is to not stay there. My purpose is to endure and to press through. My purpose is to not wake up and to make someone intentionally to have a bad day. My purpose is to not stay in those lowly bar, states and moments and keep dragging out the past that no longer what you call is a benefit for my life. My purpose now is to live. So when you live on purpose, guess what? You able now to live in joy and have it unspeakable. You able to look yourself in the mirror and say that joy looks good on me. You able now to tell joy, oh God, I thank you for the joy. And if you don't have it, just say, God, teach me how to have joy. Because when you're asking God to teach you how to have joy in everything, then guess what? The Christ within you have awakened because you have asking God to teach you. Whenever you ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, God have always existed within you. But it took you to come to your choice and to the will and to be obedient to the things that you made happen in your life for your good. Remember, I'm just a vessel. God is just using me, and I'm thankful. That's all I am. I'm just a vessel, and I have showed up in this particular life, in this nowness, right now, to do the work, to be on purpose, and to live in joy, and to share with others as well. If there is no what you call questions in the chat at this time, I'm going to move along, and I'm just going to tell everybody, thank you so much for coming along, even if you come afterwards. I appreciate you. Continue to live in joy, continue to strive. And as you can see, I'm just on the journey right now, just sharing. You will get to see some bloopers in my life. You will get to see how things is abundantly changing, even as I'm speaking right now. You will get to see how God can, do the abundance things that you don't even understand what God can do. Joy come with knowing. Joy come with allowing God to be in space and to share space in your life. When you got joy, unspeakable joy, guess what? That's all you need to have. Keep going forward, okay, friends? Continue to allow God to upload you daily with his benefits, and continue to not walk in any fear. If you got any fear, submit yourself unto God. Know that God loves you. Know that God got you. Know that God meets you right where you at, okay? He's an on-time God. That's all I know, And I love you, friends. Continue to stay motivated. Blessings and power unto you. Thank you, friends, for coming along and things as well. Even the couple that decide to just check in. And I just want to say this. Here's a little laughter for your soul. Listen. Now, Gigi is now into, coming here as much as possible. Now, I'm going to say this much, as much as possible. But I do appreciate the individuals that come. I appreciate the handful that's coming. I appreciate the 5, the 10, the 20, adding some more to it. Listen, it's about doing what I know that I'm purpose-filled to do, and I do it because guess what? I get joy from it and doing it, and it really don't cost me anything, no other than time time and no other than learning along the way and sharing as well. Because it's something about obedience. Obedience, obedience, obedience. Oh God, I thank you. Blessings and power unto you, friends. Remember to thumbs up the video. How they gonna know? Go tell some more friends and things, but thumbs up the video, as well, and things. And once again, I appreciate you.